Hey, hi everyone, good morning. So in our last class, we discussed about the joints, right? So different kind of joints we have seen, like left outer join, right outer join, full join, inner join, and then cross join. All these things we have seen, right? And also before that joints, we also discussed about the string functions, right? So today we are going to discuss about the union and union. So, like joins and unions is mainly to combine the tables only. Like, so if you have the table A and then table B, so like joins will combine like this. Like, so you have the table A and table B, it's combined side by side. Like, suppose if you have here the columns one, 2, 3, 4, and then here you have column 3, and then so it will combine the all the columns, like 4 columns and then again 3 columns. It will combine the joins like this. But what about the union? Union, suppose if you have, let me go with the. So suppose if you take the union, right? So if you take the union, like suppose you have a table A, and then table B, like if you have the rows like this, so you have the rows like this, then it will combine those rows in the final table. Like the first table rows is three, and then second rows will be three. So like total 6 rows will be appended. So like it's kind of a append. So like it will add the records one below other. Like joins is different. Like so join the columns actually. It's not to join the rows. Like it will join the, like suppose if here two rows and then three columns. So two columns and then three columns. So in final table you have the total 5 columns. Clear? So this is about the join and this is about the union. So unions, and there are two types of unions: unional and union. Okay, there are two types of unions: unional and union. So both will combine the data one below other only, but there are differences actually. Both will combine the data one below other. Like so, if you have a table A and then table B, so if you want to append the data records between one below other, then you will go with the union and unional. But union will avoid the duplicates actually. Union will avoid the duplicates and then sort the data. Suppose when we are in a schooling, right? So when we are studying schooling, like that time, so if I said make a sar, if sar says that make a line, so make a line means, so it is not a matter. So if you go with the sorting order, ascending order, descending order, I'm not asking that. Just simply I'm asking make a line. So it will not take a time, right? It will not take a time, so just will make a line very quickly. Yes or no? But if I say make a line in a sorting order from ascending to descending, make a line in a sorting order from ascending to descending, so then it will take some time. Yes or no? First we will make the line, okay, this person is height, very height, then we will shuffle. It will take some time. So union will just make a line, but unional will make the line with the sorted order. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? So the difference between union and unional. Yeah, union and unional will append the records one below other. But the thing is, union will remove the duplicates and then sort the data, but unional will not do that. Unional will not remove the duplicate, just it will append the data one below other. So let's take some tables, for example. So like you can understand very clearly. So like you have the India customer and then US customer and then UK customer tables are there, and then also I'm inserting the data. I'm inserting the data. Let's go to the SQL server and then go here, and so I created the India table, and then I created the US table, and then I created the UK table, and then inserting the data into the India table, and US table, US customers, and then UK customers. Now if you go and then select that, now if you go and then select that, select select star from select star from TBL customer, US customer. Then if you go and then select the star from TBL to US customers, then select star from India customers. TBL India customers. Okay, these are the three customers. If I execute this one, right, so it will go with the individually. So this is one data set, and this is one query data, and this is another query data. Okay, like this is another query data. So like this, so you will have the three queries actually. So like if I go and then execute individually, so this is one query data, and this is another query data. So each table is having three records. Each table is having three records. But what is the syntax to add that, like, so any like if you want to go with the one union all, one union all, and then select union all, select to union all, like this. So it will give one column name as this, like, so you can give the alias name. Sorry, union all don't required, like, so here, so just you are giving 1 2 3. Okay, so just give as a number, so you can give some alias. Okay, so just you can say that this is an, like, if you want to go and then do this, like, so if you want to add the record one below other, so just simply you can go with the union all or union, anything is fine, union all or union, you can give anything. So like it will append the records one below other, it will append the records one below other. But the thing is union will remove the duplicates. Let's see. So like suppose if you have this query, and in between if you write the union or union all, anything is fine, union or union all, anything is fine, just you can go and then execute it. So instead of going with the individual queries, it is club the all the data, like, so this is the first table record, and then this is the second table records, and then the last one is third final table records, like, so this 333 total, how many records you, it is giving 9 records, it is giving count total 9 records it is giving, right? So this way you can go for the 9 records. Okay, when you go with the union, it is going with the 9 record. But if you go with the union all, like if you go with the union, so when you go with the union all, it is going with the 9 records. But when you go with the union, right, it's giving only 4 records. Why 4 records? Like, so here the name is different, so that is the reason. So ID same, but name is different, that is the reason it is treating as a two different rows actually. So two different rows, so that is the reason it is giving 4. Clear? Otherwise, when you go with the union all, it will not read that. You even see here, ID column, it is sorting like 1 2 3, like it is giving an order, sorted order. But when you go with the union all, right, so you will not have the sorted order as well. You will not have the sorted order as well. So then you can go and then execute it. See, there is no sorted order. But if you want to do the sorting, if you want to do the sorting, like if you can use the order by class, right? So like you cannot use the order by class in between. You cannot use the order by class like this. You cannot use order by ID something like this. ID something like this. It will give an error. So you cannot use in between when you are using a union. Like end of the query, you can go and then use this. End of the query, you can go and then use the order by class. So this is a rule, guys. Okay, there are some rules to use the union and union all. Okay, so what is the rule? What are the rules? Like the rule number one. First of all, rule number one, to do the union. What is the rule number one? Same column order. We should have the tables should have the same column order. But for append, right, we don't require the same column order. In Power BI, like append will not have, don't require the same column order. But here, table should have the same column order, right? Yes or no? Let's go and then take only 2 examples. I will take 2 examples only. So let's go here and go here, and so let's select. So we have these columns like ID and name and email. So in below, I'm going with a different way. Like first, I will select the name, and then I will select the ID, and then select the email. So if I have like this, is that going to be do append? Answer is no. Answer is no. Why? Because this is a name, and this is a name, and then this is a number. So it can't, but here it's a text, and then this is a number, so that is the reason it's not going to be append. But like if we have the uh, id plus id, okay, if you have the id plus id, and then if you have here email, okay, but here I'm going with the name. So is that work? That is going to be work, but the thing is data is not correct. What you are doing, you are just appending the name and then with the email. So you are appending the name with the email, so this not work, this will not work. But it will append the data without any issue, it will add the data one below other without any issue, but the thing is the data is not correct, the data is not correct. Clear? But but why? These are the same data types, so that is the reason data is different, same data type. Make sure if you want a correct data, you need to go with the correct column order. You need to go with the correct column order. If you have a name, just you need to go with the name. But if you have an email address, just go with the email address. That's it. So hope that first point makes sense, guys. First point makes sense. So the first point to cover the two things. What are the two things? Data type also should be same. Data type also should be same. Not only column order, even data type also should be same. That is the first point. And then second point, rule number two. You should have, if you want to do the union or unional, if you want to do union or unional, needs to have same number of columns. Is that clear? Same number of columns. Is that clear? What is mean by that same number of columns, right? Suppose let's take this one and then going with this, and like so here we have id, name, email, but here you don't have the email address. But if you try to do the unional, like definitely it will give an error. So what it's giving an error, like the target equal number of expressions, like when you go with the intersect and then except, so like you have to union. So for this three you need to have the same number of columns. Okay, but I don't have that in my table. Can I do this union or not? You can do that, but the thing is, if you don't have the column, you can give the comma and then you can give null as a event. So like that you can give that. Are you getting it? So whatever the columns are there, so if you go with that column as null, then definitely you can go with this. And so hope you are clear with the rule number 2, and then I'm going with the rule number 3. So what is the rule number 3? Rule number 3, rule number 3 is that, like if you want to do the union, like if you are doing the union by going with the uh, multiple queries, like multiple queries. So if you want to sort the data, if you want to sort the data, don't use order by class in between union, union and union. What is mean by this? What is mean by this? Let me come to that point actually. So suppose like here you have, as I said, right, so you need to go with the order by id or ascending something like this, so it will not work. So what you have to do, you have to use this order by class at the end of the. So but this is for only union, guys. Okay, unional we don't require to write the order by class. Are you getting it? For union, like automatically union will do the sorting. Okay, for union and only we'll use the order by class. Are you getting it or not? Okay, for union we don't require the order by, so like it automatically do the sorting the data. See here, it is sorting the data. But if you use, when you are using order by class, when you are using this unional, when you are using unional, so definitely, so you have to use this order by class at the end of the. So we require the same number of columns and then same column order, same number of columns, same column order, and data type should be same. Yeah, column order should be same. And then if you want to do the union, you should have the same number of columns, and then if you use the sorting, you have to use the outside of the union. Okay, this is all about the union. The difference between union and unional, it's people will ask you this question very frequently in interview. Differences between union and unional, it's a very important interview question, guys. Okay, so the difference between union and unional is union and unional. Okay, so what is the common point between them, union and unional? The common point is to append the records, but the behavior of union is like it will remove duplicates. It will sort the data first. It will sort the data and remove the duplicates. Remove the duplicates. But here it will not. It will not do any sorting. It will not sorting data. It will not sorting the data, and also it will not remove the duplicates. It will not remove the duplicates. And if you go with the performance wise, which one is the better? If you go with the performance wise, obviously union will have the slow performance. Union will have the slow performance. Why? Why? Because it is sorting the data and then removing the duplicates, right? It is sorting the data and then removing the duplicates, right? But here it will have fast performance compared to the union. Yeah. So this way, so these are the major difference between union and union. Otherwise, on the situation, so both will work same. But so these are the two cases where union and unional will work differently. Next, we have the concept called view. We have the concept called view. So view is also like a one structure only. Like see, here is a view. There is no views for now. There are no views. See, there are no views. But view, what is view? Simple answer. So first, what we learn, like what is view? What is view? So simple answer. View is nothing but a view is nothing but a saved select query, or or we will also call it as virtual table. Okay, there are two definitions. View is nothing but a saved select query or virtual table. What is mean by this? What is mean by this? Saved select query. So first we'll prove this. What is select query? So like if you go with this one, like select a star from TBL India customers. Okay. So this is the table, right? So you have just imagine that. So it is a one line of code. Okay, you have one line of code, but from this table you have 100 columns. You have 100 columns, and you applied some transformation. Some transformation means data modification you applied, and then so like totally you have 150 columns something. Okay, it's a very big query when you are writing 150 columns, right? Is that clear, guys? But you want to save this query in the database. How we can save this query into the database? How we can save this query into the database? So you can save this query by going here, and then you can save this into the local. So this is in your local computer. But if you save this query, even everyone in your team also can access this. If you save this in the database, everyone can in the team also can access this. So then how to do that? Simply you can create a view. Create view. What is the syntax of this? Create view. Simple syntax. Let me go on and write the syntax of the view. Okay, syntax of the view. Syntax. So what is the syntax? Create view, view name, create view name as, okay, as you can write the select query. That's it. You can write the select query. This is the syntax, guys. So what it is saving, like it is saving the name. Okay, you are giving some name, so you are saving this query into that name. That's it. That's the reason I will call it as a saved select query. Then why it is a virtual table? Okay, you are saving this query, so that is the reason you are saving it as a select query. But why it's a virtual table? Okay, so now let me go on and write this. Create view. So when you are going with the view, so just you have to give the prefix like this. So people will think that it's a view. Okay, when you go with the table, you have to give the prefix like this tbl. And when you go with the view, so you have to go with the prefix like this. When you go with the function, you have to go with the fn. If you go with the store procedure, you have to go with the sp. Is that clear? So I'm going with a view, so there's a reason I'm going with the vw. And then India customers, so you can go with the India customers. Okay, so and then you can write as, so and then you can write the save select query. So then if you execute this, it will create the view. So if you go to the view and then you can refresh this, so you can see the whatever the view you created, whatever the view it's created, so you can see that. If you go with the edit so while executing, so view will not store any data, guys. Okay, view will not store any data. So simply how to select view? So just how you are selecting the table, the same way you can go and then select the view as well. So view also like the same results it will give. Like, so what table is giving, the view also will give the same results. But the only thing is, like if you write the 100 and then 1000 lines of code, if you want to save that 1000 lines of code, just it is saving, that's it. It is not storing any data. It is saving that query. But when you are executing that time, so that time only it will execute. Are you getting it? It will save only the query. It will save only the query in the database, but it will not save any data. It will not save any data. Am I clear, guys? So tables will save the data. Tables will store the data, but views will not store the data. That is the reason we are calling it as a virtual table. Why we are calling it as a virtual table? Tables will store data, but views will not store any data. That's the reason we'll call it as a virtual table. That is the reason we'll call it as a virtual table. So hope you are clear with these two definitions. View is nothing but a saved select query, or view is nothing but a virtual table. Anything is fine. So hope you are clear with these two definitions, right? But so just simply, if you will not go and then write the view like only for the simple things actually. But when you have 100 lines of code or 1000 lines of code, if you want to save that code, that should be accessed by everyone, then you can go and then write it view. And not only that purpose, There are many advantages are there. I will come to that advantages. So first we'll create a view. View is nothing but a saved select query. Okay, there are two types of views, guys. How many types of views? Two types of views. What is the first one? Simple view, simple view, and then second one is complex view. Complex view, simple view, and then complex view. What is mean by simple view? What is mean by simple view? Simple view means if we have only single single base table, single base table. If we have only single base table, that is a simple view. But if we have multiple base tables, that is called a complex view. What is mean by this? Let me go a little deep. So what is simple view and then what is complex view? We'll go with a little deep. Okay. So simple view means, so when you are having a single base table like this, so this is called a simple view. But when you have the multiple base table like this, okay, if you have a multiple base tables, so like you are doing the union, and on top of this you are creating a create view name as global global customers. Okay, global customer as, so it is having a multiple base tables, table 1 and then table 2 and then table 3, yes or no? So it is having multiple base tables. This is a complex view. Okay, what is this? This is a complex view. So this is a complex view. Hope you are clear. So what is complex view and then what is simple view? So like I forgot to add union. I have added the union, but how to modify this query? So if I go and then execute this, right? If I go and then execute, so a view already existed. So you cannot go and then create one more time. So if you want to modify the query, then what is thing you have to do? So if you want to alter, then you have to use the alter command. Is that clear, guys? Yes, superb. Like we need to use the alter. Like if you change anything in the query, then you have to go with the alter. Alter view name. Clear? So now if you go and then go with the union, like so this will give the total records, right? So this is the global customers. Okay, so here we have the multiple tables, base tables, and then here we have the single base table. So that is the reason this is a simple view and this is the complex view. So multiple base tables not only with the union, if you have the joins also, like suppose you have the like select star from, or else you can go with the from employee E and then join with the department D. So we have the employee table and then department table on which E dot E dot department ID is equal to D dot department ID. So now if you want to select the columns like E dot ID comma E dot name comma E dot salary comma E dot department comma as the E department ID. Okay, and then comma, so D dot department name. So like this you can go and then write the join. So this we have seen yesterday. But so you have like how many lines of code? One, two, three, four, five, six lines of code. But even in real time we'll have more codes. But if you want to save this query, like again, not only union and joins also, you can go and then create a view, any kind of query, guys. Okay, any kind of query. If you want to save that into the database, so database you can go and then department details, then as, that's it. Very simple. You can go and then execute it. Command completed successfully. Let's start from this one. Hope you are clear with the what is view, how to create a view, and then what is simple view and then complex view. What is simple view and then complex view? Now, the difference between the simple view and then complex view. Simple views are updatable, complex views are not updatable. Okay. The second point is simple views. Simple views are updatable, and then complex views are not updatable. What is this? Okay, what is this point? Suppose this is the view, this is a simple view, yes or no? Okay, let me go and then write this update. So what is the update? What are the things we need to have? Update set, and then where, right? Like first of all, what we'll do, we'll go and then select this. What are the records are there? We'll go and then check this. Okay, so first we'll go and then select this, and you can go and then go with the execute. So this is the data we have. So if you want to update that view, what we can do, we can go here and then you can take this view, and then updating what you are updating a view, and then setting the what, setting the column like email, or you can go with the name. So I'm setting the name here. What you are setting for name, like I'm setting the name to RRR, and then where ID is equal to, where ID is equal to 2. So this record, this name will be changed, right? So whether it is changing or not, let's see. See, one row is affected, and then if you go and then execute this view, so it's updated. View is updatable. Okay. See, what interviewer will ask, view is updatable or not. So simply they will simply ask you, view is updatable or not. So if you say yes also, problem, and if you say no also, problem. View sometimes it's updatable, view sometimes is not updatable. So sometimes means when you have a simple view, it's updatable. Simple view means what? When you have a single base table, it's updatable. But when you have a complex view, so it's not updatable. Like let's see whether the complex view is not, we are going to able to update or not. So this is the global customer view is there. So that is a complex view only, right? So let's go and then this is the global view. Okay, this is the global view. What you want to update? I want to update where id 1 is equal to some like ttt. So I want to change that. Like first you can write the update, and then set, and then where. So you need to write these three. So what you are updating, you are updating this one, and then setting the column like a name column. What you are setting, so you are setting like some ttt, where id is equal to 1, where id is equal to 1. So let's go and then what it is saying, it is not updatable because it is having multiple base tables, there is no unique and all. So that is the reason it's not updatable. But even though if it is update, complex views are update, so the data is not correct, data is not correct. Yeah, you understand what is a simple view and then complex view, and what is view. First you understand what is a view, and then what is simple view and then complex view, and so what is the difference between the simple view and then complex view, right? Simple view and then complex view. Now we'll go with the advantage of the view. Advantage of view. What are the advantage? Why we need to go with the view? The advantage of this view is, first point, we can apply row level and column level security, or you can say row level security. And second point, you can also say we can apply column level security, column level security. And you can also write it as, okay, you can also write it as, we can make code easy to maintain, the code easy to maintain the code. Okay, easy to maintain the code. And for a simplify the code. Okay, these are the advantages we have. So let's prove this, guys. Okay, whatever the points we have saying that, right? Let's go with the prove this. So what it is giving, like it is giving the all the employee and then department details, right? So it is giving the all the employees and then department details. But what I want to do, I want to go with the HR, like IT department only. I want to give the only IT department records. So what you have to do, you have to like create like employee IT department. I'm going with the IT, like IT department details. So you can write create IT department. So for that, you can, what you can do, you can write the where class, where department name is equal to IT. So it will apply the only. So let's create this. So this is, we are creating a different view, guys. So like you can go, it is will give the only IT department, IT department details. So IT department details. See, it is giving only IT department. So that means we are applying the, we are applying the row level security. Yes or no? So even if you want HR department details, you have to create one more view that will give the only HR department. But so this is applying the row level security. Like, so you can share this with the IT team. You can share this with the IT team. But even if you want HR, like HR details, like just you can take a copy and then you can create a one more view. You can create one more view, and you can go with the HR team. HR, like it will give the HR. So let's go and then create this view. This is a, sorry, not view query. Let's go and then execute this query. So this will give the HR details. This will give the HR details. So this way we can apply the column level, row level security. But what is mean by column level security? Suppose salary is a sensitive part. I don't want to give him the salary part. Like what can I do? What can I do? So like entire global customers, entire global customers, like so, like employee and then leaders. I don't want to give the like, any department and all. So just to giving all the departments, and then so you have this already, but you can go with the like remove the salary part. So I don't want to go with the salary part. Just removing it and then execute it. So that means you are also applied the column level security. So that column is not able to seen by these users. Okay, whatever the users are using this one, so they are not able to see this one, like the salary part they are not going to able to see. So we are applying the row level security and then column level security. Okay, so another advantage is that, like suppose you have prepared this query, so it is not a view. Just imagine that you have prepared this query, like it's almost 500 lines of code. Just imagine that 500 lines of code you have shared with the people. Like, so there is a client 1, client 2, and then so and so clients are there, so they are accessing this query. They are accessing this query. Okay, so like if you share this query, okay, if you share this query with like 10 clients, 10 clients, you shared with this query with the 10 clients, and after sharing that, you decided to modify one column. Like you want to remove the salary column, you have added the salary column, and then you have given this you have given this view. Okay, you have given this view, but after that, after sharing with everyone, like you want to modify that query. Okay, So I didn't select properly, so that is the reason it's not modified. So you want to modify that query. So it's difficult, right? So you need to connect the 10 members, and then you need to take the query back, and then you need to modify that query and then give it to each and everyone. So this is a difficulty. But if you create a view, and then if you share this view, and then simply if you alter, no need to connect with them, if you simply remove the salary column, and then if you alter it, so it will be effect for everyone, it will affect for everyone, like, so that salary part will not be displayed. Is that clear, everyone, guys? So what I'm trying to say, so you have shared with the 10 peoples, and then 10 people are using that query, but you need to call the 10 people, and then you need to modify the 10 queries 10 times, and then you need to send back. So there is a, like a, it is not efficient way, right? But if you create a view on top of that, no need to connect with anyone, just if you alter the view, so definitely they could not able to see that column. Simple way, you are centralizing the code, your maintaining is very easy, your maintenance is very easy. And simplifying the code, suppose you have 1000 lines of code, you have 1000 lines of code. If you send this 1000 lines of code, if you send this 1000 lines of code to the end user, like somehow, like he may miss well taking a copy, miss this one, and then he is trying to execute that query, so definitely it will give an error. So, like, instead of going with 1,000 lines of code, just simply you can write on top of view, on top of that query, if you write a view, if you send this single line code, it's very easy, right? Simplifying, right? Hello. So instead of sending 1,000 lines of code, just if you write a view on top of that query, and then if you send this view, it's very simple. That's the way we are going, simplifying the code, simplifying the code. So these are the advantages are there. Okay, so these are the advantages. We learn what is a view, and then we also learn types of views, and then also we have seen advanced advantage of view. And then there is a disadvantage of views also there. Okay, there is a disadvantages, disadvantages views, disadvantage of views. What are the disadvantages we have? The disadvantage of this view is, on view, you cannot create a view on temporary table. First point, you cannot create view on temporary temp tables. So first of all, what is temp tables? You people don't know that, right? So what is temp tables? You don't know, right? Let me explain that one. So I will come to that point later. And we cannot we cannot use order by class in view. That is the second point. And third point is, we cannot create parameters on view. So these are the disadvantages are there. First of all, we'll try to understand what is temp tables. What is temp tables? Let's go, and then, okay, these are the permanent tables. Yes or no? If you create like this is a permanent table. Yes or no? This is a permanent table. Yes. But if you give the single hash, this is temporary table. So where it will store this temporary table? It's created the table. It's same like a permanent table only, but it will create like it is a temporary table when you go with this hash. If you go to the system database, and then if there is a temp DB, you can go to the temp DB, and then you can go to the temporary tables. So there, whatever the temp table you created, it will store there. It will store there. Clear? Is that same or not? Is that same or not? Hello? So temp table is stored in the temp DB. First point. Okay, say temporary table same like a permanent table. So the definition of this temporary tables is, temporary tables same like a permanent tables only, or physical tables only. Permanent tables are physical tables. You can say anything, okay? But but it will store in temp.db. It will store in temp.db. Okay. So we have a two types of temp tables. What are the two types? The first one is local temporary table, local temp table, and the second one is global temporary tables. Local temporary tables and then global temporary tables. Okay. If you have a single hash, okay, while creating a table, if you have a single hash, that is local temporary table, and then if you have the double hash, that is global temporary table. So if you go and then create this, if you go and then create this, like it will create the permanent table, like, sorry, global temporary table. Let's go and then refresh this. So you have the local temporary table and then global temporary table. So in the temp.db, see here, this is a local and then this is global. So what is the different? What are the differences between local temporary table and then global temporary table? So this local temporary table, right? You cannot access in another window. So if I go and then select here, if I go and then select here, like if you go and then write the select, so within the window you can access this local temporary table. Within the window you can access this local temporary table. See, it is there. It is showing ID, name, and then salary. But if you same query, if you try to access in another window, you cannot. See, it is saying invalid. But what is global? Global can access from here in the local, like same window, or you can also access in another window. See, are you getting it, guys? The difference between the local and global. Are you getting the difference between the local and global? So global can access across all the windows, but local can access only within the window. But these are the temporary purpose. These are the temporary purpose. If you close the window where you created, if you close the window, that may be local or global, you cannot able to access it. It's automatically dropped. So I've created this window, right? And I close that window, and then if I try to execute it, it's saying that invalid. And then even if you refresh is also like refresh also, like you will not have the temporary tables anymore. See, there is no temporary tables. There are no temporary tables. Okay, temporary tables will drop automatically when you close the window. Simple. That may be local or global. But if it is a temporary purpose, right? If it is a temporary purpose, how we can go and then create a view? So view is nothing but a future purpose, right? View is simply for the future purpose. So when you want to, you are saving that and then you are using in that future. Hello. So that is the reason it's not possible to create a view on temporary tables. Let's try to create a temporary, like create a view on temporary tables. Temp. Let's go and then create it. See, you cannot. It's not allowed on temporary tables. Yeah, that is the drawback. So first point, and then what is the second point, guys? What is the disadvantage of the second point? Few disadvantages. You cannot use the order by class. Suppose if you have the view, in this view, I'm adding the order by class, order by ID. So descending I'm adding, and then I'm altering this view, and then go and then execute. See, order by class is invalid in the view, so you cannot also use the order by class. If you want to use this order by class after creating a view, you can go and then use this, and then you can go and then execute it. Yeah, clear. So we cannot use the order by class, and then we cannot create a parameters. What is this? So suppose here what you are doing, right? You are doing this like for a same query only. You are created two times. Like you are changing the IT and then you are changing the department. So like HR, you are changing the department name two times, but the same query. But can we use this query, but single time? Yes. Answer is yes. By using a parameters, you can go and then so you can create a department. So you can declare at the rate department name, and then varchar 10 and then close bracket. So you can use the at the rate at the rate so dept name something you can declare like this. So you can use this, but but the thing is it will give a syntax error. It will give the syntax error. Why? Because parameters, you cannot create a parameters on view. You cannot create parameters on view. Clear? Then if we have the disadvantages by using the view, how we can overcome this? How we can overcome this? Yes or no? These are the disadvantages are there. So that is the reason there is some other topics. There are some other topics to achieve this. Okay. So let's wait for Monday. So tomorrow we have a demo class, guys. Power BI demo on the same time 9 to 10. So that is the reason we don't have the class. So till wait for Monday. So like if how we'll achieve this results, how we'll achieve this results if we have the drawback. Yeah. Thank you so much. We'll catch up on Monday. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much.